Evening, everybody. Tonight we're going to be making the apron. It's an adjustable neck and adjustable waist. Now, if you are short like me, I have to put this on to show you. Just trying to get this on quick and get back here. Okay, see how the pockets are kind of low for me? I'm gonna take it up a little. So you're just gonna have to measure where you want to be. Okay, so the first thing you need is you're going to go 25 inches wide. Usually you cut a yard for the length, but because I'm shorter, I'm going to cut it at like 33. And it should be okay for me. So let me get this fabric cut out. I'm using, this is what my kitchen, my curtains, and my placemats and everything. So I just want to make an apron that matches everything. So you're going to get 2 pieces, a yard each, and you're going to measure 25 across. And then, like I said, I'm going to go about 33 wide, or long, excuse me, 25 wide and about 33 long, okay, on both pieces. So let me get this all cut out and then I'll be right back. Okay, so to cut it out, measure 25. This is 24, so I just mark it and then I come back and add an inch. So then I'll come back and I'll just add an inch. My pen doesn't want to work very well tonight. I think it's running out. Okay, 25. Okay. Then I just connect my lines. Oh, I need to get another pan. I think that one's had it. Both of them have. Hold on. Okay, once you have that, to go across, I'm going to measure first. Here's my 24. Okay, and then I got to go 9 more. And then just keep measuring it. There's 9 more. And one more time. 24 and 9. And then just connect these lines. I'm going to make one more just to be sure. And then 9. Okay, so connect these lines. Okay, so cut out your first square and your second, not a square, but, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you have your material cut out, put it right sides together. And try to get it as flat as possible and even. And then you're going to pin or clip around. I usually pin. And this is going to be my top. So I'm just going to put open. And you're going to leave enough where you can turn this right side out. So I'm going to leave a space, probably about 6 inches. So go around and start pinning this. Remember, double pin here, because that's where you're going to stop. And then just start pinning away. And when I get this done, we'll start sewing. Okay, once you have that done, we're gonna sew this up. So let me get a different color thread in here. I'm gonna use dark blue, and I'll be right back. Okay, we'll start sewing it up. So you're gonna do a 1/4 inch seam all the way around and leave this opening. And remember to back stitch, you know, a couple stitches when you start, okay? And let me sew this around and I'll be back. Okay, once you have this sewn all the way around, go to your ironing board. And where your opening is, just turn down your seam and press it on both sides. This is going to help you when you're going to match it up. So press your seam. Okay, so just press your seam so it matches. Okay, come back over to your cutting board and you're just going to cut your corners. Be sure you don't cut your seam that you just sewed. Now you're going to turn this right side out. Get your opening and stick your hand in there and pull this right side. Then you're going to push out your corners. And then take your little tool to get a sharp corner. And I have my little tool. Okay, go back in. If I can find my opening. There it is. And put your hand down there. And don't press hard or push hard. Just try to get that a little pointed. Next one. Okay, now you're going to go to your iron. And I always start at the bottom. And you're going to roll so you get your seams just about perfect. You need them. So just roll it. Let me get that piece of thread or material. This material is so stringy. Okay, so just roll it till you get it just like that. And then press. And you're going to do that all around the whole apron. And once I get done, I'll get back to you. Okay, once you have this all pressed, get to your opening. Just press it a little. And if you have anything like heat bond or, I don't have any more of that other stuff. It was webbing. Oh, I do maybe. Okay, so heat bond or webbing, which is thinner. Just cut a piece that size. Just a little bit shorter. And tuck that in. Get you over here. Okay. Just tuck that in. And that will bond this seam. After you get that done, come back to the sewing machine. And you're going to sew a 1/4 inch all around. Okay, so let me get that done and I'll be back. Okay, so once you have that done, I'm going to make 4-inch pockets. So just flip your bottom up and line these up and measure and get some pins. And measure 4 inches. Make them 5. Let's see. That's 4.5. Yeah, I'm gonna make them about 5. That looks like a good size pocket. we'll go 6. Yeah, that's okay. Go 6. That seems like a good size. It just needs just a touch more. Okay, measure 6 inches and line up your seams right here and pin. And then go to your next side and pin. Just kind of drag it down. Okay. And measure. And that is, just a tad. Okay, that's 6 inches. And pin again. Okay, just in the middle, so you have a reference anywhere. Just be sure you're at 6 inches. And just put a pin. It's just going to keep it where it needs to be. Okay, then come back over to your sewing machine. And you're going to sew this line, this line at the 1/4 inch all the way down on both sides. And I'll be right back. And just back stitch at your edges. Okay, then take your middle pin out. So then you'll have it like this. Okay, come back over to your ironing board. And you're going to fold this in half. Just like this. Just fold it in half. Make sure everything's lined up. Pin out, we don't need that. Okay. And down at your pocket, be sure everything's flat. Okay. Then down at your pocket, and be sure you pull this piece of material too, so everything's even. Iron, press it, just that little piece. Okay, come back to your sewing machine, and if you feel better about pinning it, pin it. It's probably a good idea. So just pin that in place. And check it. Oh, I might have to. Let me just bring that over just a little. Got a little. Okay. So now what you're going to do is sew along that press line. Reverse a couple times, back stitch, and keep going. And then reverse stitch up here a couple times. It'll just hold the pocket. Okay, come back here. get some of these strings off. I've been... Okay. Now, iron down the bottom of the pocket. Okay. Now where your middle seam is, turn this over and get that even, and be sure your pocket is all flat. Okay, and press this. And open it up and place a couple pins. And do that for the other side. Be sure this is as flat as can be. And press it. Put a couple pins in. And go to your sewing machine, and the same way we did the middle, sew up these in back stitch, and I'll meet you back. Okay, come back to the iron, and you're gonna fold your apron in half again. Be sure it's even. And you're just gonna press down here because that's gonna give you where the middle is. Just press right in there. Okay, open this up. And what you're gonna do is take your corners and match it right to the center. Make sure that's all straight. So now take a little piece of the webbing or the heat bond, just a little piece. And you can overlap this just a little. You don't wanna, it takes just a little piece. Okay, and overlap your corners. And what I usually do is measure my opening. Okay, so we got about 9.5, and that's what I usually get. Okay, so then press this down so you'll get a heat bond on this. And then you're gonna iron just right on both sides. And then you're gonna put this aside because we're gonna make the strap. So see, so far we have this. Okay, now we're gonna make our straps. Okay, I'm gonna use my blue polka dot as my straps. So you want 3 of these strips at 2.5 inches wide. So let me get mine cut out and I'll be back. Okay, I have my strips and these are 2.5 by about 42. It's just the width of your material. So you're gonna sew these together so you get a nice long band, and I'll be right back. Okay, once you're done with that, open up your seams. And fold your edges, or your ends first. One end, and like, you know, a 1/2 inch. Get my other one. And then you're gonna go and iron your edges. So you're first gonna iron probably about 1 inch. Let me see if I got my ruler here. Yeah, it's 1 inch. And just start ironing it down, all the way down. And then we're gonna come back and iron the other side, which is gonna be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And then we're gonna turn it. So, you probably didn't see that, I was blocking it. Okay, about 1 inch. I think 1 inch is a little bit too big. Let's do like 3/4 inch. Let's see where this is. About 3/4 inch. Okay, iron one side all the way down, and I'll be back. Okay, once you have that done, come back and fold your other end just before it touches. You don't want to overlap it or anything, just right before it touches it. And just go all the way down. Once you have that done, grab your clips and you're gonna fold this. And it's not gonna be even. I'll show you. It's not gonna be even where you pressed it, so you're not pressing it on top of each other. Okay, let me get my clips in and I can show you. So see, it's gonna look like this. So you want a little space, so kind of like your seam is gonna be going down the middle. Okay, let me get this done. Okay, once you have your strap done, where you put that tape, you just want to reinforce it with just a stitch going down. Okay, now come back to the table. Be sure this is right where you want it. folds. Okay, take your ruler and you're gonna draw a line 1 inch wide from the top okay, get that over 1 inch, 1 inch. All right, let me see if I can get you in here. Okay, so it's 1 inch from the top, and you're gonna go probably about 14 inches. So mark it. Okay, and then pin it. Okay, pin this right at that line. If you hear that barking, that's my bird. He's barking. And then just make a line right here, just so you know to stop. Okay, then come over to your next side and do the exact same thing. I didn't want to go that far. I wasn't thinking. And pin it. And then what I usually do to be sure that each side is even, I'll get my tape measure. And I'll start right at this corner. Okay, and then that's about 14. And then go to your next side and do the exact same thing. And just to go down just a little. Okay. Okay, so once you are ready with that part, you're gonna sew. So sew and back stitch, sew and back stitch, sew and back stitch, and sew and back stitch. Okay, and I'll be right back. And okay, here we go. Here's our apron. And we got the 4 pockets. We have our tie, which you can actually, there's enough if you want to tie it in front. You can tie it in front. But here it is. Sorry about my PJs. It's Friday night and I got into my PJs. But so there's the apron. It's a real easy apron to make. All right, so tomorrow, I think I'm going to do, because I have this blue out, and I still need to do my refrigerator handles and a towel for my kitchen. I did buy 3 more patterns today. I picked up this one, and I think I might make that, because I like that. I think that would look really nice with blue jeans. And I picked up this one. And I just like how the sleeves are gathered. I think that would be pretty also. And then I got something just to play around in the kitchen, which is the casserole dishes, kind of like a cozy. And it also has the plate cozy and the bowl cozy, and also an ice cream pint cozy. So I'm going to play around with those. So we'll see which one. Plus I have that other one I showed you last night with the double elastic sleeves. I have another one that I made last night. Cut it out. And I'm going to do the one that has the ties on the sleeve. And, you know, it ties in the front. But I like how the sleeves look. They are a little bit tighter than what I made last night, where they're just loose. So I'm going to try to do that one up. I'll just post like sleeve and tie or something like that with the pattern number, so you'll know that's how you do the sleeves if you want that way or whatever. Okay, so you all have a great weekend. I'll try to be back tomorrow. And again, thank you for spending the evening with me. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't. The channel's growing. And that's about it. So have a great weekend.